we're going to talk about something not related to football right off the bat, but I think it's something that's worth commenting on. Was a unique week. Scheduling was different, but I'm sure some of you guys have seen that former Bison football player Reed Ryan passed away yesterday. Had a Tuesday cardiac arrest, and unfortunately, he passed yesterday. And so our team had a bunch of heavy hearts yesterday. It's unique when you talk to kids, some of the toughest kids and they don't know how to respond to it. So, but I felt like I know it's out there in social media. Want the Ryan family to know that Bison Nation, especially the Bison football team, is thinking of them. So, good win, fun win. We got to play everybody. Cam was on target today, and I think he was with 11 for 13 at the end of the day. 27 first downs, almost nearly 600 yards offense. Was a positive at 5 takeaways on defense. A couple moments, turnover the first play of the game after dang near having explosive rebound, holding to a field goal, and then we kind of get going. And there's things we can learn from. There's things we can continue to improve on. I know they had some success in the first half on third down. I thought in the second half we did a really good job. I just know the third down percentage went down, was limited. We took away some of the run game that they did. I thought our coaches did a great job. Again, unique week and a lot going on. But at the same time, our job's to get these young men prepared, and I'm excited. We'll get healthier. We'll be healthier by tomorrow. And so excited to have Julian back. Played a bunch. Had a huge pick. Big hit by Sam Jung. Good to see our guys around the football. They'd only given up 4 sacks going into the game, and I know we at least flustered and impacted the quarterback just with our pass rush, and really excited about how we're playing up front.
Matt, you know what happened with Cam on that throw to Raja?
They brought kind of a double plug right there. I think he just got ran into a little bit. Stinger, but always a little nerve-wracking when it's your quarterback.
Your heart up in your throat a little bit when you saw Cam out there on one knee?
Well, a little bit, yeah. But at the same time, we got a pretty good backup too. And I know that kid's a competitor and loves to play, loves to be a Bison. And so I probably said a few choice words to myself, but I didn't panic right there because number 9's a dang good football player.
Price continues to play nickel inside corner out of that big sack or intentional grounding.
Yeah.
Just what'd you make of him inside?
Still making plays and using a young man that started for a number of years, 3 years now, and moving him around and taking advantage of his skill set. I know he gave up, had that third down that he probably gave up early or second quarter. Probably wishes he had that 50-50 ball back, but doing a nice job for us, and should. Going into playoff right now, we need our veterans playing their best football.
What's Jake Kubas' status?
Anticipate his big butt being back ready to go.
Monday?
Right. Tomorrow.
Describe the offensive efficiency. Other than the fumble, scored touchdowns on every drive after that.
That's just how it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what do you like about just the operating?
Well, there's some we're stretching the field vertically. Run game got going. I thought our kids got downhill on some run. That Brica, I thought, had some really tough yards in the run game. That's a good football team. Todd does a great job with his team. They play hard. They're very sound in what they do, fundamentally and schematically as well. So have a ton of respect for Todd and his coaches. But it was good to see. Having 33 minutes, converting on some third downs. Our 7-11, we kept them. They were 3 of 6 in the first half and ended up 3 of 13. That was big for us, and for us to win kind of that middle 8, the last 4 minutes of the second quarter and the first 4 of the third, I thought was big for us. Great momentum builder going into this week.
Matt, with Arcic's return, can you describe that of him getting back on the field, and when did you guys, I guess, get a sense that he was able to come back and play?
Last week he started doing some return to football activity. Crazy injury. It's not one that you can really rush or, kind of at the mercy of what the imaging says. And our biggest concern was just his conditioning and things. But Julian's one of those kids that just is always in great shape, and it's a shot and it's a boost in the arm to have a guy he was playing really good football, probably maybe all conference type of caliber play until missing the last 5-6 games. But good to have him back right now. And Oscar continues to play well. Julian now gives us just more depth, more flexibility, maybe with what we can do on some sub packaging.
Was he concussed, and then what happened?
Julian? No, it was never a concussion.
Okay.
It was a back injury all the way.
You touched on that play a little bit, but the play along the sideline was unique because Sam hits the guy, ball pops up, and Julian.
Yeah, and Julian has the wherewithal to get his feet both feet in bounds, and just headsy football play. Man, you miss having people like that out on the field. Guys who are sharp, understand the game. He was, like I said, he was playing his best football prior to that injury, and thank goodness we were able to get him back at this time.
Just seems that the season's worn on your receivers. I mean, Cam's accurate, but I mean, Matt was one of the guy ball. Eli. I mean, it seems like they're making plays on the other side.
Unbelievable confidence right now, and so much of it is when you're playing at a high level, it's the space between your ears. Sometimes that's the hardest area to navigate when you're 18 to 22 years old. But these guys come to work every day. They come to practice. I know a couple of them are sitting right here. They have fun every day in practice. They got a great rapport with the quarterback group, and I think they got a chip on their shoulder. I know we're a run-oriented line of scrimmage football team, but these guys can run the field. They can make big plays. They're the epitome of explosiveness.
Sam Jung, do you think he's starting to kind of hit his stride in the last few games here?
I hope so. If you say so, I'm good with that. He can hit his stride all he wants in the playoffs. I'm good. Had a big pick last week, had another one today, big jarring tackle on that third down play that turned into an interception. All positives.
10 turnovers forced in the last 3 games. This is the kind of Bison defense you're used to of what you've seen.
Yeah, I don't know if you can ever. That's kind of an uncanny number, but the energy, the tempo, the execution's getting closer and closer all the time. Like I said, I wish there was a couple things on third down early in the game we could always take back. But the second half, I was really pleased with how we 3 and out right off the bat, created some scores, scored ourselves defensively, set up some short fields. Complementary football. You have to have it going. If you're going to play in late November, early December.
Would have preferred to not play this weekend, but you feel like you did what you had to do today to keep
Yeah, we
improving?
did. I know we did. It was a balance. You're right. We didn't have a bye. We tried to find time to get our guys where they could get their feet up, balance a little bit between the holiday, making sure that mentally and physically they could have a little bit of time, but at the end of the day, we have to practice enough that we can put a good product out on the field. And I think we accomplished that. This will be a huge week this week, not only from an environment. It's going to be a great environment for our guys. We need to have a great week of practice, and that'll start, with us getting in the training room tomorrow. I know we'll have almost everyone probably start watching film, watching this game, kind of putting this behind us so we can start getting ready for the next one.
How did you feel about the fact that your defense was flying all over the field and got rewarded with the touchdown there at the end?
Well, that was a unique touchdown a little bit, to say the least. I don't know if anyone touched the quarterback, but good for Kelton. Kelton's one of those young players that is just continuing to chase progress. His production is growing. His value is growing. And so it's good that he was rewarded with his hard play right there.
Matt Reed came in with you.
Yep.
Can you describe the relationship you had with him?
It's going to be a hard one to, so if I get a little cracky or shaky in my voice, you understand. Reed always had a smile. You can see his impact to this team yesterday when I had to tell him, kind of what ultimately had happened. And, I know the guys that he's lived with, the most starts, Nick Kubitz, Westy, Cole Menz, those guys. He's not here, but he's still here. He's still part of the program. It says it on the door in the locker room. So you can tell by my voice how I feel. being a dad, being a coach, I can't imagine what their family's going through.
You told the team yesterday.
Yeah, I felt like we needed to address it. I didn't want them to wake up today and be reading about it. I wanted them to hear it from a voice that they'd recognize.
Describe that play right in front of the sideline of just going to try to jar the ball loose, and before you know it, Julian's got it.
Yeah, the quarterback's thrown out, so I was, screaming towards the sideline with their fullback coming out, and then as soon as he threw it, I saw I was gonna be able to get a shot before the fullback got his head around. So I went in, tried to put a shoulder on the ball and popped it out, and Julian was able to make an unbelievable play on the sideline that I didn't get to see till I looked up at the jumbotron, but it was a pretty sweet play.
Are you okay, Cam? Bison Nation was wondering if you're okay.
I'll be fine. I think, though, at the time, that's like the most painful, not injury, but like something that's happened to me on the football field. Like, I had not experienced pain like that, but thankfully it went away. I think it was just a stinger. I'll be all right.
So you got hit right on your left shoulder,
Yeah.
arm is what happened?
Yeah, well, I had to pay for it because I set the protection the wrong way again. So I talked to Coach Larson about that. Him and I joke about it. He's like, well, it's up to you. If you miss the protection, then you got to pay for it. So he was right about that, and I definitely paid for that one.
Did you see Raja score? Did you see the end of the play or no?
Usually when I'm on my back, I just listen for the crowd. So I just heard the crowd roar. So, yeah, it was pretty exciting.
Sam, your guys' defense was phenomenal today. How'd you feel out there with your guys and holding a team only to 3 points?
Yeah, I think it was good. I think we understood the game plan. We were sounding all of our calls, and we were just able to go out there, play fast, and execute.
Can you feel the playoff fever going to Montana State now? What's the thought?
Absolutely. Getting to start my career late into last season, go through some playoff games, it's not something new. So definitely getting to go back at it for a second time. We're all super excited. I definitely am, and with how we've been playing, it's an exciting thing going forward to Montana.
How were you guys, and maybe Sam, you saw the film with 70-7, obviously, against UND and South Dakota State, stuff like that. How did you have to react to that, or how did you address that, or look at that?
Yeah, we didn't really look at that. We kind of looked at the fact that, they won 8 games in a row. They didn't have the best start to the season, but, the past 8 games they did win. So, we prepared like we were playing a team that was coming in hot and coming in on a winning streak.
You guys fumbled early, but then you scored the next 5 drives. What kind of got rolling then after that first drive of the offense?
I think we knew that we could move the ball. It was just a mistake that I had made, and we knew that it wasn't going to affect the next drive or the drive after that. We just there was a lot of guys that rallied around me and told me to flush it, and I did that, and guys executed and did their job.
Cam, I know you guys didn't want to play this weekend. Describe just getting through this and on to the next game.
Being a leader and being a captain on this team, keeping guys motivated. This week when, you feel like you've been spited and that the committee or whatever was against us. And we honestly, what I had told the team was, when you're a hot team, why would you want to stop playing? Why would you want to take a bye or even have a bye? So we just looked at it as a positive instead of a negative, and the guys just rolled with it, and we just got to work.
You have a lot of history with Montana State. Just giving you any thought about playing them again, this time out there for the first time.
I'm excited. It's a really good football team. I think structurally they're very similar to us. I know they have a few coaches that have coached here, played here, and they play extremely hard, and I'm just excited for the atmosphere. I've always wanted to. I'm a big Yellowstone fan, so I've been waiting to go to Montana forever, for the last 2 years. So this is very exciting for me.
Eli, talk about your quarterback a little bit. He's, what he was to 11 for 12 or something, and he's taking the hits and he's doing all the things he needs to do.
Stats show it. This whole season he's been doing his thing, the chemistry in the room. Almost everyone coming back from last year, and I've said this multiple times, multiple people, all the work that we put in after practice, in the summer, all the extra stuff we just do on our own. It's showing and it's building as the season goes on. So it's really exciting.
I know it's odd with him sitting there, you gotta talk about him, but I'm gonna ask one more question about him. Cam takes some shots, he took a couple of shots today, went back out there, just talk a little about the toughness, I mean, he's got something going there too.
I mean, it's a high caliber quarterback, so he does what he needs to do, and I mean, if he's gonna sacrifice hits like that, we gotta make sure we come down with the ball. And I think we did a great job today. The consistency has definitely been there, and I mean, that's what you want to see about a quarterback. Having a quarterback that is going to put his body out there, have trust in you to go make a play, that's all you can ask for. You just got to execute.
The receivers, just seems like you guys have made more contested catches over the last week. Is that something that just happens, or is that a confidence thing? What do you think's been happening over these last weeks?
It's definitely a confident group of guys. We're all confident in our ability, and we know if we get the opportunity, if he's going to give us one, we got to come down with it. So we make the most out of all the opportunities we get, and I mean, yeah, it's a battle every week. We all want to do the best. We all push each other to do the best. So we got to come down with all the contested balls. That's what Cam expects. That's what Coach Roll expects. That's what we all expect out of ourselves.
I think there was a play where they had 3 tight ends all on the same side out wide, and it's a little unique. Are you guys prepared to run that more?
We had worked it in practice, yeah. I think it's just like a week-to-week thing. We can lock them into a certain front. You know, you could even get a defensive end to go out there and guard Joe Stoffel or something. You just get unique mismatches when you get in heavier personnels, and you can expand and go empty with it, and you have just a ton of playmakers that are capable of running any route.
Sam, what do you know about Montana State? I mean, you were on the team a couple of years ago in Frisco, and I mean, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I know. I feel like they're a very similar program to us structurally, and they're also a very successful program over the past years. So I think it'll be a great matchup, and it'll be a ton of fun to go down there and play. And I also see on Twitter, the Montana schools have great environments, great stadiums, and a lot of fans. So I think it'll be just a really fun game.
You Yellowstone fan too, or?
I've seen a couple episodes. I don't have the platform to watch it, so I need to borrow someone's account or something.
You can have my account.
I'll hit up Cam for his login.
Sam, you're a fellow Wisconsin guy.
As was Reed Ryan, tell me about the emotion of that yesterday and dealing with that.
Yeah, that was really tough. Reed was a great guy, a great friend. We were pretty close, and it's really hard to deal with. He put a ton into the program. He had 4 great years here, and he would do anything for anybody on this team. And he had a ton of bison pride, and feel like going out there, and we played for him today, and I'm sure he would be happy with our performance. He was looking down, happy with what we did. But yeah, it's a tough situation, and my condolences go out to his family and everybody involved, and it's just a really sad situation.